Hi everyone, I'm June. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be experiencing the Philippines. The Republic of the Philippines is an island country in Southeast Asia in the Pacific Ocean. It has 7,641 islands, and together there are about 300,000 square kilometers of land. But not every island has inhabitants. People are living on about 800 islands, and only about 2,700 islands have their own names. The islands are in three groups: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Luzon is the largest island, and Mindanao is the second largest. The busy port of Manila on Luzon is the country's capital, and it is the second largest city after Quezon City. This country was a Spanish colony for 300 years. When the Spanish colonized the island in 16th century, they named it Filipinas after King Philip II of Spain. 1898, after Spain was defeated by Americans at the Spanish-American War, Spain relinquished all claim of sovereignty over Philippines to the United States. During the World War II, the country was invaded by the Japanese, and its independence was finally given in 1946 after the Second World War. The years right after that had many post-war problems, and people were also not happy during the dictatorship of Ferdinand Marcos, the president of the Philippines from 1965 to 1986. During his presidency, he and his wife, Imelda Marcos, stole billions from Filipino people. The People Power Revolution in February 1986 unseated the Marcoses and forced the family into exile. So the Marcos family fled the country to Hawaii, and it was reported that Imelda Marcos left behind luxurious items such as mink coats, hundreds of gowns, about 1,000 handbags, jewelry, and over 1,000 pairs of shoes. Around 800 of these shoes are now in a museum in Marikina. Ferdinand Marcos eventually died in exile in 1989. And 1991, Imelda Marcos and her children were allowed to return to the Philippines. After her return, she became a politician, and in later years, she also started her own business, a fashion label, Imelda Collection. Both her son and daughters are also in politics. Even Imelda and her husband hold the Guinness World Record for the greatest robbery of a government. This is Imelda. My dad gave me this doll, not because I should admire her or anything like that. He just bought it because this doll was everywhere in the Philippines when he was there. She was like a fashion icon of the country back then. This one is what my dad gave to my brother. I got the doll and my brother got the boat. This is a souvenir from the Paksankhan Falls. The Paksankhan Falls, which is also known as Cavinti Falls, is one of the most famous waterfalls in the Philippines. The three-drop waterfall is reached by a river trip on dugout canoe. The boat ride has been an attraction since the Spanish colonial era, with the oldest written account in 1894. There is a legend about the fall. There were two old brothers named Balubad and Magdapio. For many years, the two brothers enjoyed the rustic life of peace and happiness. But one day they started suffering because of lack of water. No rains came for successive months. The soil became dry, the flowers and plants died, the animals disappeared. The rivers, creeks, and minimal springs dried up. Day and night, Balubad and Magdapio prayed for rain, but the gods didn't hear their prayers. The older brother Balubad died of thirst, and Magdapio was left alone in a waterless world. One day he trekked to the upper region of the arid riverbed. He reached the high rocky cliffs after an arduous journey, but he found no water. "Yea, God, where is the water?" He was so angry and hauled down his big cane among the rocks. Suddenly, a spring bubbled on the spot where the cane fell. Rapidly, it grew bigger. The fresh waters roared down the canyon walls, soon becoming a booming waterfall. Amazed at the miracle, Magdapiu fell on his knees and thanked the gods. He drank the cool water until he felt new energy. Thus emerged the Falls of Paksanhan. One of my friends who went to Cebu for the vacation sent me these cute souvenirs. These are made of real shells. This one shows a scene under the sea. This shows people singing and people playing the music instruments and birds on the beach. And here the Lord's Prayer is written. The Cebu city is the oldest city in the Philippines. It is the main center of Christianity of the Philippines and has a lot of interesting history. It was a fishing village and busy trading port in 1521 when the famous explorer Ferdinand Magellan visited it and died there. Cebu has recently become the favorite tourist spot of the country. The style of food making and the food associated with it have evolved over many centuries from their Austronesian origins to a mixed cuisine of Indian, Chinese, Spanish, and American influences. Filipino cuisine is multifaceted and is the most representative in the culinary world for food where East meets West. Unlike many other Asians, Filipinos don't eat with chopsticks. The traditional way of eating is with the hands. The diner will take a bite of the main dish, then eat rice pressed together with the fingers. This practice is rarely seen in urbanized areas. But nowadays, the use of hands during eating, known as kamayan, has become a trend. The use of spoons and forks, however, is still the norm. During the Spanish occupation, Filipinos ate with spoon and fork. The knife was not used as in other countries because Spain prohibited them to have knives. That's why Filipinos use the side of the spoon to cut the food. Due to Western influence, food is often eaten using flatware, forks, knives, and spoons, but the primary pairing of utensils used at the Filipino dining table is that of spoon and fork, not knife and fork. Kare-kare is a stew with oxtail, ox stripes, lots of vegetables, which is flavored with ground roasted peanuts or peanut butter, onions, and garlic. It's served with shrimp paste, calamansi juice, and sometimes spiced with chili. For most Filipinos, kare-kare is seen as comfort food, which they would have eaten for dinner growing up. Balut is a developing duck embryo, boiled and eaten as a snack in the shell, often served with a splash of vinegar. It is a very popular street food, which originated in the Philippines, but is also sometimes found in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Kinilaw is a raw fish salad served in an acidic juice, usually calamansi and vinegar. Arroz caldo is a popular Filipino breakfast dish and comfort food. Arroz caldo means rice broth in Spanish, but it was in fact based on the congee introduced to the Philippines by Chinese immigrants many centuries ago. This is like chicken soup with cooked rice, but unlike chicken soup, the mixture is cooked longer until it turns into a thick porridge. I made one of the most popular Filipino dishes, chicken adobo. See you in the kitchen. Thank you for watching this video, and please like and subscribe. See you next Friday. Bye.